Welcome to Playing House, the show about keeping your relationship sexy and secure. I'm Kolter.
And I'm Dominique, and we are a real couple who really want you to experience the love that you deserve.
On today's episode, are you the asshole for wanting a child-free wedding? Retailers think we're not buying enough stuff, and a Christian expert says we're bringing back spanking. But first, how you doing this week?
It's a good week.
I love that for you.
It's been a good week. I had my final events at work. I work in influencer marketing / ambassador management. Anyways, so I host a lot of events and a lot of activations. And I just hosted my last one at work.
This is like your third one this month.
This month alone.
That's a lot,
so
man.
It's been, I haven't known sleep. And I can't drink coffee because I have acid reflux, and it's all a bad mix. And wine,
you can't have caffeine,
and cookies,
you can't have alcohol.
and just all the things I enjoy and like it will indulge with in order to relax, I can't have anymore. So it's been rough, but had the final event. It was incredible. You actually came.
I did. This is the first event I've been to.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm never invited to this stuff because I'm cramping your style.
Well, that, and when you showed up, everybody started screaming and ran towards you and took photos. And
it was kind of like, what did one person say? They're like, it's actually a Kolter Bouchard
meet and greet. Yeah. Yeah. She warned me that when she makes her recap reel that she's going to rephrase it so that it looks like, the company who invited me set up a meet and greet with Kolter Bouchard.
Well, then the company that invited me really should be cutting me a check.
But this is not sponsored by that company.
Not yet.
So
one day, if you could send like an all-staff email, that would really help me
that would
out.
get me fired.
Yeah.
And we have a mortgage to pay.
Sure.
So.
But this was also like your biggest event, right? Like in terms of budget.
In terms of budget, in terms of
I'm
not talking about that. And in terms of a couple of bucks. And in terms of attendees, yeah, it's been the largest one I've hosted yet. But not my largest in terms of like, I just hosted a summit, which had fewer people, but it was an all day educational / social event, which included like breakfast, lunch, dinner, multiple speakers, keynotes, workshops. It was a huge production, and I'm really, really proud of it. So this last event that we just had was more low key, and it was a pajama party, and just really proud and happy to be done for the year. I mean, the work isn't done. I still have to work.
That's it. She's checking out. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Done.
To the holidays, but
I'm retiring. I'm 32. Yeah. I'm retiring. I'm done.
It's a good week. How's your week been?
It was good. I got to go to a pajama party, and I was the only dude there, and it was like 50 women. It was amazing.
And you had people screaming and running towards you.
And I had people screaming. Listen, if 16-year-old Kolter Bouchard could see me now.
And that's why I don't invite you.
No, I don't think you're going to get away without inviting me in the future. I think this is going to be, I'm going to be a line item.
Well, they also, they're like, oh my God, you didn't tell me Kolter was coming. Where's Nia? And I'm like, no, I didn't invite my 3-year-old.
But also, yeah, what are we going to do with our kid? Our kid needs to be like supervised. This event was at like 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Kid needs to be in bed.
And she was.
Yeah.
And she will continue to be.
Where's your child? It's 9 p.m. Does she like to party? You want to split a cig outside?
Oh my.
Leave my kid alone.
Not that kind of event. No. But how you doing?
Good. That same event, I got a parking ticket, but like I paid for parking. No, but like, and so we get home and I'm like, is that like a parking ticket under the windshield wiper? And I'm like, I know for a fact, I always pay for parking. I know for a fact I paid.
Yeah.
And then I'm comparing the receipt and the ticket, and I'm like, all of the information's the same. And I feel like I'm being gaslit. I feel like, truly though.
Well, you can't argue with the ticket.
I disputed it online.
Well, you can do that, but you like reading the ticket and knowing that this was like given to you, you can't like yell back at that moment.
It was just enraging. I was so angry. I'm like, first I was like, this is ridiculous. I feel like I'm being targeted. And then I was like, how bad at your job do you have to be to see a ticket that says I've paid until, let's say, 10:30? And the time, like the citation was issued at 9 p.m.
Okay.
I've got another 90 minutes on here.
Was it visible?
It was, and you didn't. It's like I think the problem is it's these new meters downtown Toronto that you punch in your license plate. You see these a lot in like parking garages, like private parking garages.
Yeah.
This is city parking. This is just on the street, like the Green Pea parking. And so you don't need to display it. But I did anyway, because I'm like, on the off chance it's some idiot. And it turned out to be, I would have killed for some idiot. It was like some idiot's even dumber cousin who like First day on the job, I guess.
Maybe it's true about the quotas that they have to meet. Like they have to distribute X amount.
Don't lie. Day. You're committing fraud.
Is it? How much is a ticket?
$30.
Okay.
Plus the 15. So what? We should just pay it?
No, I'm just saying, is that worth
it's
being
the principle,
so
damn it.
upset over? Like
yes,
it's
it
2 days later and you're still this pissed?
Still riled up. Ask me tomorrow. I'll probably be even more pissed off because
I look forward to it.
It's marinating up here.
Good.
It's just stewing.
Can I just say that this is karma?
Karma, CARMA? Karma for what?
Karma for you. Because when I got my license, which was just a couple of years ago.
You got your full license at 30? 31.
Got my full license, in 31, December baby. Last year.
Still got that new license smell.
So when I got my was it my first car? When I got my car, you decided to, I don't know if you ran a red light, but you got some sort of ticket on my license plate, and it was fresh.
I remember what it was.
What was it?
No, you keep going. You keep going, because when you find out what it was for. No, please keep.
I don't know what kind of laws you felt did not apply to you, whether it was running a red light, mulling people on the sidewalk. I don't know what you did, but you got me a ticket. And now my good name has been besmirched.
No, I'm not helping you out. You ready?
You're not
You want to know what
out.
the problem was?
Let me hear.
I parked outside of a hospital because I was going in for chemotherapy.
And so that means you cannot...
Parked a little too close to a fire hydrant.
Okay.
But it said it was a designated parking zone. I am being targeted.
Let me understand
this. This is oppression. I know what discrimination feels like. What do you even know about discrimination?
Sir, don't make me
as a black
over
woman.
This desk and box you. Because so you mean to tell me you think that because you were getting chemo, that you can block fire hydrants and that other people's safety... I didn't block
the fire hydrant.
Apparently you did, because there is a ticket in my name now.
You have to be 12 feet away. I was like 11 3/4.
So you were blocking it.
I wasn't
because
blocking
firefighters know what blocking is and is not.
There's a difference between blocking a fire hydrant and being a little over the line.
And do you know that line? Because are you a firefighter?
Well, apparently the city doesn't know the difference either, because they said I could park there. $100 later.
It seems like
Have you paid that yet, by the way?
Didn't you say you paid it?
It's your car.
Sir.
You got to take care of your car. This is the same woman, by the way, that like, when have you ever gotten your own oil changed?
Yeah, I got my oil changed a couple months ago.
I don't think you did.
Okay, I don't care what you think, because I know what I did. You're not going to sit here and gaslight me after getting a ticket in my good name.
Good name?
My good name.
Not so good anymore with a ticket in it. This is a segment called I Hate It Here, where we go through some headlines and talk about what a dumpster fire the world is. Christian parenting expert recommends spanking toddlers so they act excited to see you. What are we doing here?
Oh, yikes. Okay.
Were you spanked? You were definitely spanked.
Yeah. Listen, so I grew up in church, and so I'm well acquainted with the Bible verse and the philosophy that, spare the rod, spare the child.
I thought it was spare the rod, spoil the child. You were hoping they were going to spare the child.
Oh, yes. That's it. You're right. Yeah. So I'm not well acquainted, apparently.
Just spare me.
Spare the rod, spoil the child. Meaning, if you don't beat on your child, you will be spoiling them, but they will not know discipline. Sorry, I'm very congested. Hold on. Meaning, if you don't beat on your child, you will be spoiling them, and they will not know discipline. They will not be well acquainted and well disciplined. It took me years of therapy.
Like a lot
of therapy. Thank you, God, for good health coverage, because I don't know what else I do, but it took me years to identify that it's abuse, man.
Oh, it's totally abuse. I feel like you feel like maybe you feel like you're hurting somebody's feelings if you call it abuse, or like someone who's currently abusing their children is going to be like, that's ridiculous. It's abuse. You're physically hitting your child.
You're
trying to excuse it because it's been like internalized.
I really, really am. And I'm going to give you the perspective that I've grown up with and normalized or internalized, as you've described it.
But you kind of think it's hot now when you get spanked.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, but I've always thought there's a line between, hitting and teaching no, and like just get like the lightest tap. That's fine. Not leaving a mark, right? Like if you leave a mark, that's abuse. Or If it leads to tears, or if you're using a weapon, if you're using like a belt or a spoon,
I feel like it's still a weapon. Like if you like hit another adult with an implement, like that's technically a weapon.
Right. I guess I still need a little bit more therapy, because it's still in me that it's like there's a line where like our parents are also human and make mistakes, and we can't hold that against them, and they're doing what they were taught to do, or what they experienced, and you can't almost hold them accountable for that. Like it's my cross to bear now. It's my cross to carry, and I experienced that, and I shouldn't have.
Is your mom still spanking you,
sir? And I shouldn't have done those wrong, sir. I shouldn't have done those wrong things, which led her to and him to make those decisions to do those things, or to hit me. But like if you think about a relationship, for example, like a marriage, if one of them is told you shouldn't have made that decision to make me hit you, that would be considered an abusive relationship. Yes?
It's like if your significant other says, why did you make me cheat?
Right.
If you didn't do this, I wouldn't cheat. If you didn't do this, compare it directly. If you didn't do this, I wouldn't hit you. I'm doing this for your betterment.
For your benefit.
You're making me do this.
I love you so much that it just drives me to make these decisions. And like I just
you to get some flowers.
So much for you that like when you upset me, I can't stand it, and I just have to. And like it directly, in my mind, it directly translates to, if you wouldn't do that with your partner, why would you do that with your child?
This is what the woman says. This is a quote from the woman. Rachel was visiting a friend. She's probably 3 or 4, in that before school age, and our neighbor had little kids, so we would trade back and forth. I went over to pick her up, and when I walked in, she said, "Oh, is it time to go?" So I thought, perfect opportunity. I got her home. I didn't address it there, but I did give her a spanking. It's true. I did. But I just said, when I come in, you're going to say, "Hi, Mom." You know, that's how we do this. So the next time she went over there, I did the review. Now remember, when I come, you're going to say, "Hi, Mom." You're not going to say, "Oh, I don't want to go." So it's beautiful, because then when I went to pick her up, it was just all that, "Yes, Mom is here. Yeah." But it's just that training and giving them, and then the recording cuts off there.
Oh, yeah. It really goes back to that fear-based relationship. And again, my Christian upbringing was, we need to have a fear of God. You need to let that fear of God drive your every decision. And it's almost like this God complex as a parent, where it's like, you need to fear me. I'm gonna run this ship based on fear.
You're like the substitution for God. You're like God's rep. You're God's agent.
Sure. And at the end of the day, yeah, you're almost like a godlike figure in your child's life, because like you have literally brought them into the world, and like all they know is because you've, provided it for them. Exactly. But it doesn't have to be based. And I only have a 3-year-old. I don't know what it's like. I mean, this person is describing their 3-year-old. I don't know what it's like to raise a 9-year-old, 15-year-old. But why would you want them to fear you? Fear does not have to equal respect. The two don't necessarily equate.
And also, why are you like, you wanted to have a child, or you've got this child. Why do you want them to fear you? Why are you trying to change every single thing about them? Why do you want them to be miserable? Why do you want to hurt them? And there's a difference between like, okay, when our daughter does something she shouldn't be doing, it's a bad decision. We never say you're bad. You're good. Right. You made a bad decision, and we all make decisions. Mommy and daddy make bad decisions too sometimes. But I'm not trying to change her character. I'm not trying to change her spirit. I'm just trying to guide her and show her with love. And this person is just trying to like it's like this Pavlovian response you're trying to elicit.
I think that's true. It's the breaking the spirit in order to build up the human that you want them to be. And yeah, at the end of the day, you want to raise your child to have good character, to have strong discipline, but to also be spirited. And that's not always going to align with exactly the person that you envision them to be, because they're going to be their own human at the end of the day. But like, did you first try to say, don't cry when mommy's picking you up? When I arrive, it's time to go. Did you try speaking to this child first, or did you immediately choose violence?
You got to meet your kid where she is. Right? Like you got to, this woman, same thing, a 3 or 4-year-old.
Yeah.
It's like my child's 3 or 4. You got to meet your kid where they are.
Yeah.
Attacking this, literally in this case, but like approaching your child like they are also 30 or 40 years old like you are. Like it's just that's you're not going to get what you're trying to get
Absolutely.
out of this. And also, why are you trying to get this specifically out of this?
That's what I'm saying. That's
why don't
really
you like
weird.
your child? Why don't you love your child?
It's just a weird reaction because like I feel like there are levels, and if a matter of like she asked, "Oh, is it time to go?" that warrants a spanking. Like, what if she actually did something wrong?
What if she scratches your car? I mean, what if she like gets your credit card and spends $7,000 on Fortnite? No, but like when one of those things, like, what are you murdering her?
There are levels, and if your first immediate reaction is hitting your child, where is there to go? What's next?
Like at that point, I think the state needs to step in.
I got issues with that too. I don't know that necessarily solves the situation.
You're like beating the crap out of your child.
Children ending up in the system and not knowing their own parents, and
I don't necessarily think it's like relinquishing your child to like state care. But at that point, clearly you're unable to do this on your own, and there needs to be some sort of intervention. And maybe like you need to attend a class or something. This woman's clearly dealing with some anger issues and some issues of insecurity. If you are this woman has so little confidence that a 3-year-old, her own daughter, not being over the moon that her mom's there to pick her up during what I assume is a pretty like fun time hanging out with your friend. Like, you have so little confidence that's sending you over the edge?
Listen,
you need to beat that out of your child?
I completely agree with your sentiment there. I just don't agree. Like, I don't trust the state, the feds, whomever enough to say, yeah, they should step in and take care of the child, because again, there's levels to that too. Like if it's a black parent, for example, they're probably going to come down as harsh as possible.
Yeah, 100%.
If it's not a black parent, they probably
a little more leniency.
Okay, right? So
I guess maybe more of a wellness check.
Sure, exactly. Yeah.
Like I'm not looking for like, you know, the cops to burst in and wrestle your child away from you.
Which has
historically 100%. It happens every day.
It's not a matter of like, if you're black, please, can the cops please stop and consider and approach this with empathy and kindness and considering the situation. I'm not saying if you're a black mom, then you should
any
be hitting
situation
your kid.
with the cops.
Exactly.
Any situation with the cops.
But like there's a lot of things behind the scenes that play a role that make the decision to like think it's okay to hit your 3-year-old child. It's like, hey, were you also hit as a toddler? Hurt people. Okay. Are you
realize.
As simple as that, right? And so like, are you under financial stress? Is that playing a mental role in your life? Like, are you being abused in another part of your life? Like there's so many things to consider. And so it's not as simple as like call the cops and let them take the child.
I guess I misspoke. I'm not looking for that. Maybe some sort of, like you work in marketing, maybe some sort of marketing campaign where there's a priority placed on educating people that like you can't hit your kids. Spanking is abuse. You can't do that to your kids.
I agree.
And maybe you're listening right now going like, these two are completely off the mark. This is my child. I'm allowed to discipline however I want. I mean, you could talk about parental rights. What about parental responsibility?
Yeah.
What about the responsibility you have for this defenseless child?
Well, absolutely.
And listen, some kids are dicks. Lots of kids are dicks. Like, let's be honest here. You're the adult though.
Yeah.
You're like 10 times older than your child.
And because of that, you're probably under a lot more stress. And so your fuse is a lot shorter. And so if you're dealing with like stress at work all day and like getting yelled at by your boss and coming home and see like a yellow slip under your desk saying that you're under
you've
eviction.
Got a parking ticket
like,
even though you already paid for parking.
And like, I get it. And then you come home and your child disrespects you on top of all of that. Like, I get having a shorter fuse, but just you gotta try. You just have to try, because your kid becomes an adult who then has to unpack.
Cycle continues.
Exactly, has to unpack like, why did I deserve when I made a mistake? Why was it a reasonable reaction for me to be hit for that? And what do they think that they deserve in their own relationships, be it platonic or romantic, right?
You're entitled to feel your feelings. Whatever feelings you have, you're not entitled to act however you want to act.
Yeah.
Take a breath. Take a breath. Should we take a breath right now? Hold it. Okay, now let it out. Good job. Black Friday came early this year, signaling worries about holiday demand. I feel like we were getting text messages and like marketing emails, which, I mean, whose fault is that? Like a month ago.
Listen.
The pre Black Friday sale. Yeah. It's July.
And we hosted one of those. So I can't even lie to you. It's the markets, like after COVID. I'm saying after COVID, like it's not still a thing, but after the pandemic. After the pandemic, we're seeing a steady decline in like in consumer activity, right? So like
nobody's got any money.
Nobody's got any money. A lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people lost family members. Like people have just reprioritized their lives, right? So it's a matter of like, I can purchase this really high ticket item, or I can use that money to like buy experiences or like be with my loved ones. And I think people have really, being locked up for so long in our homes, like we're realizing, yeah, I have a short amount of time and I want to use it and my resources in the best way possible. And for that reason, a lot of marketing departments are having to come down much harder. Like, I need to convince you that this is a lifestyle item and that you need this very expensive item in your life in order to improve you. So like, if it's a matter of the first week of November and the last week of November are both Black Friday weeks, that's what you're seeing now.
It also just feels like stores are going, hey, like, come on, help us out here. We've been there for you. You need to be there for us once in a while too. But also, economists are looking at the amount of discounts stores are giving, and like they're steeper than ever. Like if you got cash, this is the Black Friday for you. And I'm seeing it as well. Like I'm seeing, whether it's on Amazon or, okay, wipe that look off your face. We are broke as anybody. But I'm seeing like steeper discounts. I'm seeing like 20, 30% off in some cases. Mm-hmm. And I feel like last year and certainly the year before, 2021, when the economy was like humming.
Oh, like they couldn't.
They were like, Black Friday, it's actually more expensive.
Right.
Black Friday is an extra 20%.
And it sucks because if you're a small business, and yes, there's Small Business Saturday, for example, but like how do you compete when like Amazon is saying up to 70%, which I don't actually know if they're doing that.
Well, if you double the price and then take off a couple of bucks,
which they
maybe
often
it's 70% off.
They often do. Like, if you ever monitor these types of like, you can have like Honey as an application in your Chrome extension, for example, or like any sort of like coupon detecting software. You'll see that sometimes they like Wayfair will go up in. Should I mention brands?
I just said Amazon.
Okay, they go up in price, and then so if it started off at $90. They'll then on Black Friday say, oh, this is now only $93. So they actually went up, but the original price looks like it was $100, for example.
Scumbags.
It was never that price. This is not a discount. I'm paying you more money.
I also feel like maybe couples are letting go of the idea that like, I need to show my love by buying you stuff.
Yes. I think there's a huge trend right now, like even with friends, of like CraftsMiss, if that's what they're calling it. I don't know. Like basically giving each other
miss
DIY.
Me with CraftsMiss. Miss me with CraftsMiss.
So like a lot of people at work are like making each other like ornaments.
No, who invented this? Michaels?
Or candles.
Michaels, I'm looking at you.
But you see, like marketing is a part of everything, y'all. If y'all think you're being original, or you saw something that's suddenly trending online, it's like, ooh, I'm going against the grain. Remember, if you ever watched the movie The Devil Wears Prada, everything has been crafted for you.
Cerulean. Great movie. That was the color she was wearing.
Oh, I was like, who is that?
And she was
That's
like,
a terrible name.
I forget the chick's name, but Meryl Streep played her, like the main antagonist. She's like, you think you're wearing a blue dress, but that's been through months of magazine iterations.
Like research and just developing the proper name and like putting the right placements in magazines and in out-of-home advertising. Like, yeah.
That chick can act, man.
Oh, she can
Meryl Streep,
act her ass off. Are
any
you kidding
role.
me?
Give her, she could have been in The Whale. I love Brendan Fraser, #Renaissance. We love that guy.
Sir?
But Meryl Streep could have done a better job.
I love her.
Daniel Day-Lewis has won the Best Actor Oscar 3 times. Meryl Streep could have won. She could have won Best Actor 4 if she was eligible, but she's not.
I don't know who that is.
Meryl Streep?
No, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis, one of the finest actors of all time. Yeah. Phantom Thread, There Will Be Blood, My Left Foot. I think those are his 3 Oscar.
I don't know
movies.
any of these movies.
He doesn't do a ton of movies because he just like I do like 4 movies
in my life,
and then that's like it, right? 'Cause I do such a good job, and
well, shout out to that guy.
Yeah, And he's Irish.
Bigger shout out to that guy.
Meryl Streep, not Irish.
Yes.
So
aware of that. Yes.
American. He's probably American too, though. Like he became a citizen, I would imagine. Working in Hollywood and stuff.
Yeah.
Probably just easier than like commuting.
Yeah, and getting
from Ireland every day.
Working visa.
It'd be a long, right? Like I took a flight to Ireland earlier this year.
How long was it?
6 hours.
That's long.
Yeah. Okay, so double that, plus getting to the airport. You basically you land
but
in
he probably
LA,
has like in those VIP entrances where you just walk out onto the tarmac.
And what the film set is right there on the tarmac, and you got to drive to like it would just be impossible. Or like, okay, you stay there for the whole week and then you go back to Ireland on the weekends. He's probably American.
He probably is doing that.
Right. But
if
maybe
he's
not.
as great an actor as you say he is.
Sure. Anyway, Meryl Streep, what an actor.
No, that's not the anyway. The anyway is Black Friday. What I'm getting at is you need to buy me a Brandon Blackwood purse. They're on sale right now.
Pick the one you want.
Yeah.
Because I can guess. And
but
also,
I want multiple. And I also, they
have multiple.
They have outerwear now. So Brandon
I was
Blackwood
going to say,
yes.
You've got enough purses, I feel like.
No.
They've got like the shoes, not really giving. I'm going to be honest.
Their boots are cute. Their platform sandals are cute. It's winter, so
the jackets were really nice. They were
love
like
their jackets.
Furry and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want one of the furry jackets?
Yeah. I want puffy.
Okay.
It's winter.
So not a furry one.
No.
The furry one looks warmer though.
Yeah, but it's winter in Canada.
Sure.
I need to go and walk downtown. I can't wear a fur coat in a snowstorm.
Yeah.
So
like I said, couples really getting away from the idea of buying each other stuff in order to show their love.
Good for them. This is not to show me love. This is because I want it.
This is just respecting you as a human being.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. I know you love me.
Woman.
Yes.
It is. That's not a joke.
It's not a joke at all.
Why do you think it's a joke? Why do you feel like you need to say that? Why are you laughing now?
Because you're
You think this is funny?
You're a big dunce.
I saw this on Reddit and I feel like we have the same answer to this.
Okay.
You're a kinder human being than me. So maybe not. Maybe you're like, give him a chance. It's one of these Am I the Asshole questions. Okay. Am I the asshole for refusing to have a fully child-free wedding?
For refusing to have that?
Yeah.
I think you're a jackass. I don't think you're an asshole.
Why do you want kids at the wedding?
So sorry, this person does not want a child-free wedding?
So I recently proposed to my long-term girlfriend and we are planning for a wedding in summer next year. Everything is still very early stages. My fiance, graduation from girlfriend to fiance, love that for her, has expressed that she wants a child-free wedding, which I am all down for, but I want to make one exception. My son.
Okay.
I had him from a previous relationship and we have evenly split custody of him.
This is a very important part. Like that's kids. Context that's necessary.
No kids.
No, he's not kids. He's part of the family. He's
15.
Part of the party.
What is a 15-year-old? That's a boy. No boys.
A 15-year-old is barely a kid. Like to me, when you say no kids, it's like anyone under 12.
You want a 13-year-old there?
Yeah, why not?
Some little asshole running around vaping.
I mean, probably the rest of the party's going to be running around vaping anyway.
No one's vaping at my wedding. You smoke cigarettes like an adult, okay? You get the real
Don't smoke
thing.
Cigarettes at my wedding.
All right,
the hell?
Chewing tobacco or nothing. No. Let's get some dip. Let's get some spittoons. That's the centerpiece
what is
at all the
spittoon?
table. A spittoon, like in the Wild West. You know, in like a, in like a Western,
like yes.
And they spit into it. That they're spitting chewing tobacco juice into there.
Ew.
Yeah.
Why do you know so much about this?
Because I went to I went to high school in a rough neighborhood. That's not even true. But a lot of the kids would chew tobacco.
Whitby, Ontario.
And like a lot of the jocks. And they would like just be chewing it all day. And they'd be doing it in class. And then they would spit it into a water bottle. They had like a little water bottle. And they would spit the juice into it. Disgusting.
That's mind-boggling to me. Ew.
And they have flavored ones. Maybe not anymore. The government really cracked down on flavored tobacco, but.
Ugh. But this, like his son is not, no, he's not included in any of that. Or her son, whoever's son.
So your kids are exempted.
Of course. Okay, especially if like he's getting remarried or he's like, he has a new wife. This child has to be included. The child cannot be excluded from the wedding.
I feel like.
What do you feel like?
Where are your loyalties?
to his son.
But, I mean, you got new mom, right? New mom's coming in.
That's why he needs to be there.
What are you going to do?
To welcome in the new mom.
No.
And it's not even a new mom.
It's her house now. It's her house.
No.
Get your crusty little cum tissues out of here.
Ew, read the rest of it because I need to understand. What's the rest of the question?
Until now, my fiance has gotten along great with him and we've had days out as a family. She's gone to see his games. He plays ice hockey. And she's even taken him out on fun days, just the two of them. I brought up that I wanted to make an exception to the no kids rule for my son. She shot the idea down straight away and said she didn't want anyone under 16 there.
That's
she
so
doesn't want to feel like
specific.
she or anyone else has to babysit on her special day.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I mean, like the kid's 15 and you're like, nobody under 16.
Right? Yeah, that's targeted. That is specific. The wedding should
no one
not
under
even be
15
happening.
and a half can be there.
Yeah. If you turn 15 before June 13th, ma'am, the wedding should be off because she doesn't like your kid. Therefore, she doesn't really like you. She doesn't want to be part of the
cancel
family.
the wedding.
Don't marry this
We're
woman.
done.
Nah,
That's
no.
it, fam.
If she doesn't accept you and your son, if the business is true, no, I would not. No.
I told her that
She's
no
an asshole.
one would have to babysit him. He's 15 and he knows he's well behaved.
Of course.
And a generally quiet kid. She then changed her reasoning and asked why I wanted my old family and life on the day I was supposed to be making a commitment to her and our new family. I told her while I will be making a commitment to her, my son will still be very much my son and my family. She then equated it to wanting, for the record, like I was kidding. You should absolutely be able to have your kids at your own wedding. What? She then equated it to wanting my ex at our wedding, which I do not and never asked.
But also, if you have that type of relationship where you can celebrate each other,
I mean, that's magical. That's beautiful.
that's cool. And like she can be there with the son too. I don't see it happening, but if it can happen, cool. And like she should appreciate that you are able to have not necessarily a relationship. Like yeah, you're both co-parenting now. So to have a respectful relationship where they can remain in each other's lives for the son's sake, she as the new wife should respect that. Like, yeah.
I get not wanting the ex-wife to be there.
Sure.
Well, 100%. Even if you are on good terms, to just be like, hey, we're like spending some pretty serious coin on this.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
This is about me and you.
Sure.
Right? Like, I get that. But to say you can't bring your kid, wild. She then equated it to wanting my ex at our wedding, which I do not and never asked. I told her that I don't care about the aesthetics of the wedding and that she can pick everything else, the food, the aesthetic, the music, the dress, but all I want is my family at the wedding, my parents, sisters, and my son.
What a ridiculous request.
That my only ultimatum when it comes to our wedding is I bring my son. She then called me controlling by giving me an ultimatum and said I had initially agreed to a child-free wedding and now I'm, quote, gaslighting her.
He's not even a child. Can we talk about that?
That's not what gaslighting
That's
is.
not gaslighting.
She started calling me controlling by giving me an ultimatum and said I had initially agreed to a child-free wedding and now I'm gaslighting her. I said we can have a mainly child-free wedding, but with this one exception, an expectation that guests can't even complain about being unfair since the only child is the son of the groom. She called me a dick and is now not talking to me.
Sir, get the ring back.
I really think this is a reasonable want, but maybe I'm not seeing something. Am I the asshole?
Get the ring back. Return it.
And then give it to the son.
Is there an exchange?
Marry your
date?
son.
What the hell,
like
sir?
like nothing weird. Don't make it weird. Just like a lifelong commitment between father and son.
Why are you so odd?
Some men are like they want their daughters to wear a promise ring.
Yeah.
Ew.
That's weird. That's
what do
weird.
you what?
I'm not promising you my virginity.
Promising
That's
my
odd.
virginity to my dad.
That's super odd.
What in the Mississippi? Yeah, like I think, I mean, listen, maybe it's salvageable, but if your soon-to-be wife has this kind of animosity, and that's what it feels like.
Towards your son?
And maybe the guy's not telling us, maybe like the two of them have a bad relationship, but then he also said like she goes to his hockey games and stuff.
But even then, you're the adults. Like if my teenage son and you do not have a good relationship yet, it's probably because my teenage son is struggling with the transition. And that's understandable. You need to be the adult in this situation. And in the same way you don't beat children, you don't exclude teenagers from life moments that directly impact them.
I think this is a great opportunity to actually make this kid love you, the new mom, more than the old stale mom.
Like include what the hell?
And convince this kid to like ditch the old mom. Welcome to the newer, shinier mom. This is next year's
She's not
model.
the new mom. Can we stop calling her a new mom? Because she's not. She's the stepmom. She's the bonus mom. She is mom.
Well, she's the mom that his dad is boning.
Version 2. That's not what she is. For his sake, I hope he's still boning the other one too, because this woman is crazy.
That's also not good. So much toxicity. This seems like anytime somebody posts something like this on Reddit, I'm like, oh, like you should be talking to a couples therapist, maybe.
Yes.
Or like, come on the show.
Please. I would love to talk to you and understand.
I wouldn't, but you can come on the show with a lawyer and you can communicate through the lawyer to us. All right, this is the most upvoted comment. Wow, wow, wow. She doesn't want your own child to come to your own wedding, and not a crying baby or a terrible two, but a 15-year-old?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, if it's a newborn, I mean...
Why are you marrying a man with a newborn?
It happens. Hood twins? And you're like...
I'm trying to think through this.
Okay, here's when you would be marrying a man with a newborn.
And this is not yours.
It isn't yours.
Yeah.
A hood twin situation. You know what hood twins are, right?
You're going to get canceled on your own.
White people
I'm
also
not
live in the
responding
hood.
to this.
White people also
White
have
people
hood
have their
twins.
own name for that.
What is it?
I'm not saying it because I'm not getting canceled.
You don't know what it is.
You will leave me alone.
What is it? What is it called?
Don't say it when you find it, please.
White people have hood twins.
Oh my God. And that's like saying that white people can't live in the hood. That's ridiculous.
White people do live in the hood.
Of course.
The hood knows no color. The hood welcomes all. The hood
You're not
doesn't
getting me
discriminate.
canceled today. I'm not engaging in this.
For legal reasons, these are all jokes.
Oh my God.
Okay, so let's say you've got hood twins.
Stop
and
calling
then
that name.
You have a competition to see which of the BMs you're going to end up with. Baby mamas. Like there's a contest, like a spelling bee, and whoever wins.
Like a spelling bee?
I don't know. What, is there something problematic about a spelling bee?
I'm not engaging because you are not getting me canceled.
Well,
you will dig your
you know
own
who is
grave,
engaging?
sir.
The winner of the spelling bee.
So in this segment, we are calling it Pillow Talk, and it's going to be where we'll discuss.
Get really close.
Hey, how you doing, Dad? Let me whisper in your ear. In this segment,
Your nasally ass. Had a cold for like 4 weeks now.
You know I have acid reflux. Stop. Okay, so this segment is called Pillow Talk, and it's where we're going to be having a little bit more intimate discussion about ourselves, about each other, about a relationship. Oh my God.
Are we doing some mommy daddy stuff after this? I think we're doing some mommy daddy stuff after this. Yeah. In the middle of it, can you cough? Clench up a little bit?
Oh my God.
That's what I'll be saying.
Anyways, so and this might follow the structure where I ask you a question about a relationship, or just maybe follow a prompt. But this time around, I want to ask you if there's anything that you currently miss in our relationship
that we used to have, or that like has never existed.
Oh, either.
We used to go out a lot. We used to go to the movies all the time. But a reality of having a 3.5-year-old, or like any kid, when can you leave a kid home alone for a couple hours? 12?
12 feels like a good starting age.
I got my babysitting license at 12.
The fact that you got robbed, bro, because you mentioned this often.
I didn't pay for it.
That's not a thing. Who paid for it?
My mom got robbed.
Somebody in your household got robbed.
But also, did she? Because then I was able to babysit for free. So I think my mom actually came out on top of this one. I didn't, because I wasn't paid, because she's like,
that's not a thing. License for babysitters. Like, no.
Well,
there's
like,
no
it's
cop who's like, oh, you left this child alone with this teen. Does he have a license? Like that's not a thing.
Red Cross or something does classes.
They taught you CPR? Is that what you're telling me? Okay, like that's what you should be saying. Not that you have a license to babysit. That's weird.
Cooking food to an appropriate temperature. You want to poison kids.
Like what is that called? Not like
Safe
Serve?
Safe?
Okay.
Smart Serve. That's
Smart
for alcohol.
Serve, right. Did you get that too?
Yeah, but later. Because you can't handle alcohol when you're 12. If you had your babysitting license, you would know that. But
I've been babysitting since I was like 7. So and nobody licensed me.
Listen, if you're looking for one of us to babysit your kids, it'll be neither. Because even though I have a babysitter license, I don't want to watch your kids.
Look at you wasting time and money with this thing.
Sure.
Didn't even make a career out of it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Right. Imagine me, like a 32-year-old man, and it's like I just babysit kids all day.
Just on Facebook Marketplace.
I'm just like, hey, and like not like at a daycare. Like I'm not a licensed ECE.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying you need to stop saying you're licensed.
Like I go and I'm just like, hey, there's snacks in the fridge. I just sit on your couch and like call my girlfriend all night, which is you.
Okay.
Call my girl all night. Yeah.
Listen, shout out to the people who dedicate their time in their lives to watching other people's children.
That's a hard-ass job.
Their own.
That is a hard-ass job.
It is a hard-ass job.
When I drop our daughter off at daycare in the morning, 2 minutes, like I'm in there for a couple minutes, we'll sit down together, we'll like Nia and me, and then
our 3-year-old.
A couple of like the other kids will come over, like I don't want to say their names, but
no,
there's a little crew. Got my little crew. And I'll leave, and it's just like they're screaming from everywhere.
Oh my God.
There's a bunch of different classes. She's in the oldest class, and like I get out of there, and like my head's ringing.
Yeah. Yesterday.
Feels like my molars are vibrating.
Yesterday. So they usually have 3 or 4 teachers in the classroom, depending on how many kids they have in that day. Yesterday there was 1.
Oof.
And I want to say it was a pretty full classroom, which doesn't feel legal. So maybe it wasn't a full classroom.
Yeah.
But either way, like
sometimes they offload into the other classes.
Right. So I was speaking to her afterward. I'm like, it was just you today? And she's like, yep. And I've been here since 7 a.m. And I was there after 5.
Yeah.
And I know my kid. And there are a bunch of hers in that classroom.
And our kids
so
like,
God bless.
I'd say like one of the, I can't even say that. I was going to say
what were we going to say?
One of the easier kids.
When?
Nah,
she knows too goddamn much.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Not ideal. But I would say like more dates.
Yeah.
It's just hard to get childcare, right? What's a babysitter, like $25 an hour?
Who knows?
And hey, worth it.
Who knows? What's a banana?
$10. It's a lot. And then like, we do need to prioritize it more.
Yeah.
We need to
do.
We need to go out and do that.
What's the solution?
I mean, like my mom is Nia once a week. I think those nights we were good for a while.
We were.
You'd be in the city, and then like we would go out that night. But
life got busy again, and like I said, like we just
shake. We got to shake on it. Yeah. What night?
Well, we were taking time off next week.
No, it's the week
to
afterwards.
Be together. Well, okay, it's Saturday when we're shooting this, so yeah, it's the week afterwards. Okay, your mom's gonna have Nia on Thursday.
Yeah, I guess.
Thursday.
Okay. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to know?
I want to. There's a new like arcade.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Where?
You see why I don't suggest
in
shit?
the city or in like our crappy
in the city?
Okay. Downtown?
Oh, yes,
okay.
Man.
All right. I'm into it.
There is an arcade, and like they have paint guns, but they glow in the dark. So it's like a dark room, and you can like throw paint at each other, but it's all like, what do you call that? Black light. I'm doing this because like you throw it at each other and you're covered.
Just want to show off your titties.
Either that
is a reason to watch this on YouTube, by the way. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button.
Either that, or I always wanted to do a rage room.
Okay.
And just beat shit. Just like take a bat to a television, take a bat to.
You were spanked as a child, right?
Just heal my inner child. That's what I'm looking to do. So either one of those would be down for me. Like, I can't go to a bar because I can't drink liquor right now.
I'm not drinking alcohol either. Oh my God, are we sober? I guess depending on where this is hosted, you can't say what you're doing, but like, still having a good time. I can't say it. I'll get like demonetized or pulled down or something.
Are you enjoying alcohol? Salad? Is that what you're getting at?
You know what? That's actually a great thing to call it. I'm having salad once in a while.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
You can't smoke the salad because I had cancer.
Okay.
They're like, you can't ever smoke or vape again. But you can eat the salad. And sometimes the salad comes in little gummies.
It sounds like you're talking about tossing salad.
No.
Or having your salad tossed.
I big fan of both. Big fan of both. I feel like I'm doing a little more tossing than getting tossed. That's what I want
sprinkle,
for the
sprinkle.
So
that's what you want.
We'll go to a rage room. We'll have to shower afterwards because we'll be covered in rage.
Oh Okay.
And then we will bon appetit.
Okay. I have to work the next day.
You grab the bowl, I'll grab the tongs.
Are you going to ask me the
salad.
question?
What do you feel we're missing from our relationship?
That's not the question.
Also dinner. I want to do dinner. It's a big night.
Okay.
We're going to need
We'll
7
figure it
hours.
out. Well, yeah, like what?
What do you feel like we're missing from our relationship?
So my question to you was, do you currently miss anything in a relationship? Because I think that's a little bit more of a positive spin.
Okay, so that.
You're not listening, are you?
I am.
Ditto. I agree with our
but
lives.
I'm not getting my salad tossed enough.
Not with that. With our lives being very busy, especially as of lately. And for that reason, I miss the best friend side of our relationship and like that sort of intimacy. So before Nia, there was a lot of like just us lying in bed for hours and just napping together and just chilling in the house naked all day and just like
getting Chinese food after sex and a nap.
And then just deciding at 8 o'clock, no, let's just go out. Let's just grab some food. And I guess we don't have that spontaneity anymore.
Or the energy.
But
we need to find the energy.
We do. And I think it comes down to just like feeling like best friends again. Because we definitely feel like partners. And I think now more so than ever, we're finding our groove in a lot of things, whether it's like parenting.
Call us Stella, you know?
It's parenting, whether it's like creating, for example. We're definitely like finding that groove in ourselves, but we've lost that, or we are not engaging as much as best friends and just like lying in bed at whatever hour and talking about our days, like giggling and like the pillow talk side of things. Like
sharing some hot goss.
We're not having that part anymore as much. It's we always engage as a means to an end, it seems. So we'll talk because
don't say that.
Okay, well that's a little,
unless that's how you feel.
No, it's not that dramatic. I think that I'm phrasing it poorly, but it's like we engage.
It has to be productive.
We're very good at being productive partners.
Like capitalist productive. Because like working on your relationship and having fun, like that's also productive. It makes you feel like a normal goddamn human being.
Yes. So we're missing that side, that we're very good at like generating the goals that we want, whether it's like getting Nia potty trained and getting her out the door for daycare, getting her to dance class and like meal planning and like that sort of stuff. But we never just like chill and it's like, tell me about your day and like, what about that asshole? Let's complain about him for a little while.
What about that asshole?
For a little while. You know what I mean?
Can we get a little tossing going on? Let's get out.
I knew you were going to say that.
And finally, the comment section, which...
Are we calling it that or are we calling it the mailbox?
I feel like I'm going to go with the comment section.
Okay, because I'm just saying, like, if we're calling it playing house, mailbox, house.
Okay, well, maybe you could comment and let us know which one you prefer, and the next episode we can maybe take a tally here. This is when we take your questions, comments, concerns, ?
Okay.
You can comment below if you're watching us on YouTube. You can DM us, Instagram, TikTok. You can send a carrier pigeon.
Wow, smoke signal.
Yeah. But you got to make sure we can see it, because if it's a cloudy day, probably not going to see it. If it's the night, probably not going to see it. I think a DM or an email, info@koltertalks.com, Kolter with a K, is probably the easiest way. It rhymes, so you know it's true. All right, this is from Bye on TikTok. You low-key look better bald. Did you write this? Is that your username on TikTok? You want me to shave the head again, hey?
I didn't start the fire.
What?
I didn't start the fire. No, we didn't. Those are the words, right?
Sure.
We didn't start it, but we tried to fight it. Anyway, yes.
Like down to the skin?
I love you with like a low buzz cut.
Like how low?
2020.
Like
the first time you shaved your head, I loved that look.
It's just like I like good for you. And I did it, and I did it again for you this year. Yeah. I just feel more confident with hair.
Okay.
Yeah. And I feel like I look kind of like Caillou with a shaved head, which, hey, maybe that's what you're into.
I don't agree at all.
But
I don't agree. I think for you, it's a large part of like losing your hair, and like being able to have it back and being in charge of your hair this time around. Does that make sense?
Losing it because I had cancer. We should give some context.
Yeah, you should give context. So like you were not able to control that, and that your hair was taken from you at the end of the day, and now that it's back, you get to be in charge of how it looks. And I think that it's a power move for you. It's ownership of your body and autonomy.
But still, I would get laid more if I had a bald head.
Maybe.
Wow. I could get like a bald cap, like actors do when they're acting.
Like I do when I'm putting on my wigs.
One that like looks a little like it's not fabric. Like this would look like skin and feel like skin, I guess.
I don't want you actually bald like Uncle Fester, bro. I'm saying what? I'm saying like buzz cut. This is a perfect opportunity for you to put like a picture right here, okay? Right here.
Elle also on TikTok says, "Is your wife in a relationship? Asking for a friend."
I mean, so who's the friend though?
Right.
Because that matters.
I feel like if we do that, like it's got to be the two of us, right? Like you can't go off and just like, and I can't go off and just like,
you definitely cannot, no.
But I feel like if it's the two of us,
What are you saying?
No,
that's why I'm asking.
Maybe we shave our heads together, or we shave something else,
I've cut my hair before.
Yeah.
I've cut my hair before, and I had my TWA, my teeny weeny afro.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was fun. Sure. Yeah.
But sure.
I like when you have when you have braids.
Okay. Yeah.
And you have some blonde in there. That's nice. And the little like
lock
gold
jewelry.
Shit in it. Yeah.
Lock accessories or braid accessories, I guess.
Yeah, locks are great. Locks are great.
When's the last time I got faux locks?
Oh, been a while. Too long.
I'll bring them back for the winter.
I'll DM your hairdresser.
My hairstylist. Shout out to Braided by Nikki. Can we just big her up one time?
Is she is. Because if she's not, I feel like Nikki, you want to give us a couple bucks, we'll give you a proper shout out.
But also shout out to Beauty by Bennett, who is more
again,
so
I feel like if she wants to shoot us, like Beauty by Bennett is
an exception.
Your sister, Danielle.
Yeah, she's family.
So maybe she could just pay with babysitting.
That's fair.
Like,
yes.
I'm thinking 7 nights a week. Maybe she just lives with you, and that's that.
So shout out to her because she maintains my sew-ins, and Braided by Nikki maintains my braids. Just a system. Shout out to Black women and all of our creativity.
Also, she got a breast reduction.
Who? Danielle.
Like her
Beauty
titties are huge, and that's after the reduction.
Oh my god.
Like she's like you're what, a D or a double D?
I'm a double D.
So her boobs are bigger than your boobs.
Okay, what are we getting at? What does that do with anything?
Her titties are bigger than yours.
Okay.
But like they used to be like what, an H? An I?
An H.
Whoa.
Okay.
That's gotta be awful for your back. No, they also wanted to know. They're like, tell me about Danielle's titties. OMGI Darian on TikTok says, wow, she is breathtaking. This couple is
a question. Oh, you're reading still.
Questions or comments or concerns. Maybe this sounds like a concern so far.
You seem to just be reading things about me so far, but okay.
This couple is the definition of bi panic. Do you know what bi panic is?
What is that?
I don't know.
Did you not Google this when you collected these questions?
Bi panic.
I'm interested.
When a bisexual, I think you should say that person after that. It's like when a bisexual,
when a black,
when a gay,
like what?
When a bisexual person sees both a man and a woman that they are attracted to in one sitting, perhaps in a film, they go, "Well, this is being filmed."
Oh,
they go into bi panic. What does that mean? Like, I gotta pick one.
So that person is bi. Who left this comment and is saying that they are attracted to both of us.
Sure.
Well, shout out to you, OMGI
Darian.
LMNOP. Okay, yeah, shout out to you.
Got to find out if Darian's hot or not.
I mean, shout out to
Darian. Hey, if you're listening to this or watching this, you got to be hot.
Hot.
Right? Come on. Fifi writes, not that Fifi. Don't get too excited. Fifi
can you
Dobson.
Imagine?
I mean, I interviewed her and we hugged earlier this year, so I feel like.
Why are you hugging other women? Let's talk about that.
Because you're jealous.
You go around hugging other women?
You're jealous. I hugged her and then you hugged me to pass along, to transfer the hug.
You could have just told her, link up with my wife.
Link up?
We're both from Scarborough. She knows exactly what I mean when I say that.
Kolter is really just a human manifestation of my inside thoughts.
True. I
You've
hear
got
that
inside
quite
thoughts
often.
and outside thoughts. The outside thoughts are the ones that probably won't get you arrested. The inside thoughts, you got to be careful with those ones. Got to keep them indoors.
Kolter, I hear that very often about you.
What do people say?
That you are.
Oh my God, they're upset.
Oh my God. That you are their what is it called when you have those?
I don't think you can say a
bad
spirit
thoughts?
animal anymore.
I'm not gonna. Nobody
Don't
said
say
that.
that.
Nobody said that.
Intrusive thoughts?
You are what happens when intrusive thoughts win.
Right.
So that's what I hear very often.
Seems to be working though.
What did Eminem say once? He's like,
Mom spaghetti.
That's exactly what they say to me all the time. They say, "Mom spaghetti."
Mom spaghetti.
You were the person that say the things that they say in their living room, but you say it like outside, which is a problem.
TikTok.
That's why I don't invite you to work events. This is full circle now. Like when I'm at work and I'm with the founder of our company, I'm afraid to
Does
have
she
you
follow
in the
me
room.
on TikTok?
Probably not.
Do you know what her TikTok handle is?
Does she have TikTok? I don't think so. I think she's just on Instagram and LinkedIn.
I'm just going to pretend she does. I don't want to ruin the illusion. But yeah, 500,000. That was a couple weeks ago, though.
Did you just segue from your own interruption?
Just half a mil. It's pretty cool.
Let's celebrate you.
Yeah, thank you.
You deserve your
Thank you
flowers.
very
That
much.
was
Appreciate
an
it.
amazing feat. You started posting in what, January?
I
March?
think I've got an air horn here. Want a little air horn? Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, pull up. Let me do it. I'm gonna play with this so much afterwards. Are
It's like
you
we're
dumb?
at a Private Ryan concert.
Y'all can't see this.
All the single independent ladies.
Maybe you can't see it. I'm gonna try to lift it up a little bit. It's like a Kanye board. So I'm gonna be like,
Okay, why do you have to say like that's going to get us canceled?
bing.
You were worried
No, but
about me
like-
saying Hood Twins earlier.
Kanye, when he
Don't
performed
invoke that guy's name.
Listen, when he performed at the MTV Awards and he launched and I always find something wrong. What's that song called? You be putting up with this just way too long.
Canceled.
I'm good at finding what I
Canceled.
don't like the
Done.
most. So I think it's time for us to have a toast. This is appropriate.
I'm
'Cause
not
we're toasting you.
Don't
No, but
toast me with Kanye.
Kanye, what happened? Oh, Kanye.
Bro, like having dinner with Nazis?
Jesus Christ, what happened?
Oof. Selling White Lives Matter t-shirts?
Jesus Christ.
Yikes.
He was my favorite rapper, and losing him felt personal. Oh,
Kind of feels like he's dead in a way, hey?
it really does. And I know like mental health is mental illness is a huge part of it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Not ideal.
Shites.
Not ideal. Finally, Dave Grohl for life. Clearly a Foo Fighters fan. Dave Grohl is the drummer.
Clearly,
of Foo
yeah.
Fighters.
Yeah.
On YouTube says, in all caps, what is this woman's skincare routine? She's glowing. What's your skincare routine?
Are we dropping it right now? Or are we making like a whole TikTok?
Nah, you know what?
series
That's
out
the
of it?
tease, I guess. That's the tease.
You gotta follow him on TikTok. And me too. I'm at Dom Creates. Dom, DOM Creates. Like we're creating this podcast. I'd like a ting when I smile, okay?
At Kolter Talks, Kolter with a K. That's probably where you're watching this, though. So
I love this. What else is on this? Give me one more. Yeah, hate that. That was the ting I was looking for. There it is.